Notes on wedding-centric movies. I'm filming this. This is filmed Wednesday, 17th July, 2024, in Tanis Coralie Leonardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. Tanis Leonardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And I'm going to talk through, there used to be, when I was growing up, so I was born approximately in 1993, there were a bunch of, like, wedding-centric movies for, like, a decade. And then those movies would be at least kind of hits, and so then what happened is television started copying, let's just make it movies, or not movies, make it weddings, right? So then it kind of transitioned from weddings being a centric thing in movies to weddings being a centric theme for, like, or a wedding-centric episode. It covers the wedding of so-and-so to so-and-so. And so I think it's still pretty big on television, and there in 2018, movie came out that I thought was, like, very much like kind of used to be, and I was like, I'm back on Saturday, this past Saturday, 13 July 2024, I ended up talking about these movies with my mom, and so I came up with a list. So I'm like, I came up with categories in our car ride, and so I'm gonna share what we talked about then. And so I have a few of the movies with me. I have currently only one of these videos do I have in movie notes, like an individualized movie notes video for. So I was thinking maybe Tuesday, the week of Tuesday, 30 July 2024. So a little under 2 weeks away. Maybe doing some of the movies that I don't have a movie notes video for, but are wedding centric. Which two are here, but we have some more if I'm recalling correctly. So that's the introduction. And so these are, classify them by plot line in relation to a central wedding and or aspects of a central wedding. Okay, so that's the introduction. Category 1 is wedding centric. So that means the movie is truly dedicated to a wedding, and the wedding is the central part of the movie. Like the entire movie is centered around the wedding, or the concept of the wedding of these individuals. And I'm going to go through these. For each category, they're in chronological order by when the film came out. My Best Friend's Wedding, 1997 film. Does it feel like my life currently? Essentially, there's two people who are like best friends, and then the male friend, and they had like a affair, or they had a something, right? And then he gets engaged, and she's kind of like, wait, what? But I love you. And so I would actually say it's a phenomenal movie for, like, covering a wedding and the individual aspects of the wedding and how a story can progress. So it ends up being the wedding of the best friend, right, with a woman, but like the female best friend is like, but wait, I love you, right? So she's trying to say that before they get married, you know, like a last effort to be like, but I love you. So it's a very different movie than like the rest of the wedding market in that sense, and perhaps more representative of reality in some ways, or my reality, I don't know. Anyway, so that was 1997. There's The Wedding Planner, 2001 film. This has some big names in it, and this is like, do they get married? It very much goes into the like marriage of the main character with another person, but it really is like, you know, weddings on steroids. Everything is the wedding, including the person's profession. The woman is a wedding planner. All right, so this is like, if you want like wedding on everything is wedding, this is that movie. So it's a 2001 film. Then let's see, there's My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is a Greek woman who was, she's like 30 years old and ancient or something like that by social standards for not being married, and she lives at home with her parents. I beat that. I'm over 31.00 years of age and I live with my parents. I'm not Greek. That was a 2002 film, and so it really, this guy is like, you know, really like falls for the woman, they fall in love and they want to get married, but like the Greeks have very different weddings. Right, so it's about kind of, not only is it a wedding, there's a very strong cultural tradition that comes with a Greek wedding. So it's really about the wedding. Okay, and then the new film that I brought up, that's kind of like an impetus for it's very much about the wedding and a return for movies to kind of, not documentaries, that's disqualified from this, right? But like actual movies. Was Crazy Rich Asians, 2018 film, which technically, the wedding is not about either of the main characters. Right? It's about the family of one of the main characters, but it's still wedding centric, right? It's about the wedding of one of the family members to the bride, if I'm recalling correctly. And it is entirely about the wedding. So in that sense, it was a return of Hollywood, even if just for one film, to the wedding centric movie. Okay, then category 2 is self-disqualified. So it would have made category 1, except for the wedding changed in the course of the movie. So that is, the movie is Runaway Bride. It's a 1999 film. Essentially, this woman gets married a bunch of times, and she like is at the rehearsal. So it's like, it's a wedding-centric movie, and she's about to marry this guy, and it's a rehearsal. It was the night before the wedding, the rehearsal ceremony, and she kisses a different guy. Okay, so like in front of the other guy. So yeah. Cheating, right? Self-disqualified. They did, the movie disqualified itself from being centric about that one wedding, right? Because then she ends up marrying the guy she kisses, right? So in that sense, the wedding is not about a central wedding; it's about multiple central weddings. So and because of the like cheating, you know, okay, right? It gets self-disqualified on multiple criteria. Okay, all right. Category 3, engagement ring. So it's wedding centric, but it's specifically honing in on like the engagement phase of the wedding. Like they really want to get married and they really want to get engaged, but they really want a particular ring. And that movie I'm bringing up here is The Family Stone, which is a 2005 film. Yes, I know. People are like, oh, it's so painful. And so essentially it's about trying to get like the family engagement ring, or like the wedding ring or engagement ring or whatever. Somebody's mom like, please can we just have the blessing so we can have the ring, right? But it's kind of like, you know, what was it, like 2 hours? It's been a while since I've seen that one, right? About just like, we just want that ring, you know, like that culture. Okay, then so was that category, that was category 3. I'm not actually putting the category number in the description, I'm just saying that for talking through it. Category 4, wedding families meeting, right? The two people getting married. This is one I have a movie notes video for. The Birdcage, right? This was very, you got 2 gay dudes and 2 conservative Republicans. Right? And they're trying to get their parent, like the conservative parents to be like, please just say yes. Right? But our son loves your daughter. But they gotta transcend politics, right? To befriend each other. So this is a 1996 film. But yeah, so it was a communication and bonding across difference. And then the second film in this category, you guys got it, Meet the Parents, 2000 film, which is the one where like everything goes wrong, and then there's like the milking of the cat and stuff. And yeah, that was, you know, sometimes meeting the people that one's marrying into a family with can be painful, and I think that movie really encapsulates that quite well. And then our 5th and final category is addressing in-laws pre-wedding. Yes, so I think I have the first one, so The In-Laws, a 2003 film. I think I do have that, but my parents actually took it from my DVD collection and put it in theirs because we all love it so much. And essentially, like, one of the in-laws, so these people are about to get married, and like the in-laws meet, and it turns out, like, was it the father of one of them, father of the groom? Father of the bride, father of the groom, is like a spy. And so it gets like the other father like wrapped up in all the spy stuff. It's just hilarious. Like laugh out loud multiple times, rolling on the floor laughing. Yes. Okay, and then the last one in this category, and I'm going to cover for this video, is Monster-in-Law, which is a 2005 film, and it's supposed to like cover how horrible mothers can be when it comes time for a wedding. Okay. And this is not so funny a film. I just remember watching it and being like, you know, kind of thing. Hit the delay button on the marriage. No. But I bought the movie and I was like, this is like a reminder, even if I don't watch it that often. Monster-in-law, that could happen, right? Like, does Lindsay, my sister, does she have a monster-in-law for a mother-in-law? I don't know. Okay. But there we go. So this is like, and this is like, comes up, specifically, it's kind of in regards to, this is a little bit more wedding centric than the in-laws, and that it's kind of like the mother-in-law wants to control all aspects of the wedding, right? So this one is really about getting into that dynamic of like, their women are insane control freaks, especially when it comes to other people's weddings, right? They don't want to see the other person happy. I'm the mother-in-law. I want what I want. Right, and this is like that, only that reaction, like, right? So, yeah. In conclusion, yeah, those are the ones that came to mind. This is not a comprehensive list by any means, but these are the ones I came up with, and then I'm like, I remember them well enough that I can make a video summary on this, right? This is at one point in time. So, thanks for viewing.